Hello, hi. It's us, and we're going to be talking about everything that Sony just announced and showed off at their conference, Paris Games Week, October 27th.
Yeah.
Sony skipped Gamescom because it was too close to E3 for them. They want to space some shit out, so here we are. We're going to talk about everything. So they started off by showing off Black Ops 3. I'll run down everything, then we'll talk about what stood out to us. So they talked about Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and there's a new Zombies map for people that buy the Season Pass or the Collector's Edition, I believe. There's a Star Wars Battlefront trailer, and they made it known that we just watched the Star Wars Battlefront trailer right after that. Street Fighter V got a new trailer and new characters, and it comes out February 16th. Tekken 7's coming to PlayStation 4. Battleborn, they had a trailer. There will be an open beta for that. My cat is whining. They showed off a new game called Boundless with a new trailer. Same with Vector. No Man's Sky got a new trailer and a release window of June 2016, so it is not coming out this year.
Oh.
Matterfall is a new game from Housemarque. Got a pretty cool looking trailer. Ratchet & Clank got a trailer. Spring 2016. Horizon Zero Dawn got a real demo. Pretty lengthy demo again. So that's cool. Bloodborne The Old Hunters DLC comes out November 24th, and that got a trailer. Drive Club Bikes is an expansion for Drive Club. That's out now. Literally right now. You can buy it.
Right now, the thing's over, so you can buy it.
Yeah. Gravity Rush 2 got a trailer that showed off its different gravity styles. Uncharted 4 got a trailer for its multiplayer. There was a pretty lengthy beta for Dreams from Media Molecule. Or lengthy demo, sorry. There's a beta coming in 2016 for that. Then they talked about PlayStation VR for a little while. Showed off a couple things. They showed off Rigs, which they announced at E3, which is like a competitive multiplayer game with VR. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. That's a thing for VR, PlayStation VR. It's kind of like a rail shooter. Robinson The Journey is being made by Crytek. Some dinos. There's another game called Battlezone for VR, and Tekken 7 is going to be getting VR support. And also, they announced they announced two pretty big PS4 exclusives, and then showed off one that we learned about last year. So they finally announced what's coming next for Gran Turismo. It's called Gran Truismo Sport. That will have PlayStation VR support. It has a beta in early 2016. There's a FIA partnership. I don't know. Then they showed off Wild from the guy that created Rayman. They showed off a pretty lengthy demo of that. And then they showed a trailer and announced Quantum Dream's new game. It's called Detroit Become Human. So, I mean, I think they announced they showed off some pretty neat shit. So what do you think? What's some stuff that stood out to you, Keith?
For me personally, some of the stuff that stood out was like seeing more stuff about the new Zombies map. I'm a huge Zombies fan, so the fact that I knew about this because I've pre-ordered the collector's edition, but the map is the Giant, and it's a remake of Der Riese from World at War and Black Ops 1, so that's really cool. Also, it had the Wunderwaffe in it, which makes me happy, just because that's a fun gun. between Star Wars Battlefront, it was a cool trailer. Between Tekken and Street Fighter, I'm a little bit more of a Tekken fan, so I maybe might pick that up because I've always kind of liked that better. Crap, what else? I'm excited for open beta for Battleborn. That looks a lot of fun. That game's always been cool. We heard about that game 2 years ago now, something like that. I actually am surprised they gave any kind of relative time frame to when they're putting out No Man's Sky. I thought that was gonna be that game because it's soon. It was gonna be the soon forever.
Well, it was funny because it popped up and it said coming, and then what we thought it was gonna say soon.
It should have, but Ratchet and Clank looks cool. I have not played. I played a little bit of one of the Ratchet and Clanks. I don't remember, but I don't think I've played the first one. So, being that they're remaking the first one and that it seems like they're adding all kinds of cool new stuff is awesome. Again, Horizon Zero Dawn, just like at E3, kind of that game looks really interesting. There's not really any game that's kind of like it. It's different. It's a different kind of thing. I think again, cool Bloodborne DLC. I need to beat the game so I can actually maybe play it. Drive Club, nobody cares. But yeah, a lot of the other stuff was cool. I'm surprised with a lot of the VR stuff. I think it has a lot better footing than I thought it was originally going to. It's Riggs. The Until Dawn kind of came out of nowhere. I did not expect that. The Robinson, The Journey looks cool. It seems like everybody's making a dinosaur game this generation. There's 6 coming out? There's a lot of those games coming out. And then, Tekken, to me, I don't get, unless maybe they add some cool first-person fighting mode, which would be, I'll admit, for a fighting game, that'd be pretty sick. And then Gran Turismo, they said that, they're working on making VR work for that game, and it says it looks promising, but that game just makes sense for VR. Horror games and driving games are the games that make the most sense for VR. The Detroit Become Human look cool. That was the first I've heard about it. I'm just, it looks cool, but I want to know more about it. There was no indication as to what kind of game it is.
It's going to be a heavy story-driven game like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls that they've made before.
Oh, okay. I didn't pick up on that connection, so. And then I'm actually a little bit more excited for Wild. Wild, when I first saw it, was just like a, it was like, okay, cool. But now it actually almost looks like a game I might maybe pick up, and buy, and take home and put in my console and all that good stuff. But yeah, all in all, there was a lot of cool stuff announced. I'm just slightly surprised they didn't talk about Destiny. I know that Bungie, their PR team was tweeting out that they were in France, I'm just, I thought maybe they would be here then. So but all in all, it was a cool conference. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It was long. It was a long fucking conference. It was 2 hours.
Yeah, I agree with Keith. This conference was very fucking long. This conference was longer than their E3 conference. But that's not a bad thing. It's always fun learning about new games for 2 hours. I'd say the game that stood out the most to me that I'm just super excited for is Horizon Zero Dawn. That game is fucking incredible looking. And it's just everything they were doing there, how they had that rope launcher type thing, and they shot the one rock and then shot the ground and created a trap and sent this herd going through there, and then the big ass fight towards the end of the demo. It was just, everything was fucking fantastic. I love how open looking that game is. You just kind of go about it however you want. And it's a super intriguing world. I am so excited for that game. I hope that game doesn't slip into 2017 and that it comes out in 2016, because that's definitely PlayStation 4's big holiday 2016 game. You know, you have Uncharted in the spring and then Horizon Zero Dawn in the fall. That's pretty rad. And also The Last Guardian's supposed to be in there somewhere. That's another thing that stood out to me. There's a lot of PlayStation exclusive games or coming first to PlayStation games
or content.
Something. Like, there's a lot of those fucking games, you know, like everybody's like, there's no PS4 exclusives. It's like, you're going to be flooded with them here in probably the next year or two. Detroit Become Human can be really cool if they do the story right. I'm also surprised Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls is supposed to be coming to PlayStation 4. I'm surprised they didn't quickly announce a release date for that. But it's cool to hear Quantum Dream's new game, and I hope it turns out good. I love games that are story driven and that type of experience. And from the trailer, it seems like this can be a very intriguing and fascinating world. So I hope they pull off the story really well. Wild looked really cool too. That's another more. It just seems open-ended. Go about however you want. It seems very fresh in that, you know, I'm sure you can fight, you know, as the main character, but how you can like take over animals. They were like taking over bears and ravens and rabbits and birds. It was fucking cool. And you know how you kind of have to try to survive. The game looked very early in development, and they said so I don't expect that game till at least 2017, but apparently that's a PlayStation 4 exclusive as well. Gran Turismo Sport, I'm more of a Forza Motorsport guy, but Gran Turismo is cool, and I'm very intrigued. Being a, you know, driving sim fan, I'm very intrigued in what Gran Turismo and Polyphony Digital is going to do, because, you know, Gran Turismo is a massive franchise for PlayStation. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are probably waiting for Gran Turismo to come to PlayStation 4. So, I mean, hey, if they get that out next year too, like the full thing, 2016 is going to be a hell of a year for PlayStation. So that's cool. And also PlayStation VR. I was thinking, you know, this is the perfect game for PlayStation VR, and I believe this is going to be a very important game in terms of pushing PlayStation VR out to more people. Because I'm sure a lot of people will love that type of experience. Gran Turismo has a very hardcore fan base. And, you know, hell, if PlayStation VR is priced right, that's something that I might even hop on. Because, you know, I love that shit. You know, when I play racing games, I'm always the first person angle inside the car. Because fuck third person driving. That's just me. But, you know, with a VR, that'd be cool. But yeah, I thought their push for PlayStation VR was pretty good. I want to see more, though. I want to see more games like Robinson, The Journey could be cool. I just feel they should have started their big push for VR and announcing games at E3. They kind of just blew right by it. But I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot about it, like PSX and stuff. But another thing that stood out to me, you know, there was a lot of cool things, like Battleborn's cool, Star Wars Battlefront cool, Ratchet and Clank cool, you know, Uncharted 4, Gravity Rush 2 cool. There's just two more things that really stood out to me. No Man's Sky getting pushed to June 2016. I was expecting them to give a firm date in 2016, but more like February or March or something. But getting pushed to June 2016, and then with PlayStation VR being out in the first half of 2016, I fully, you know, Hello Games kind of talking about adding VR to No Man's Sky. I think that could be a big reason why. But who knows? I'm sure it actually takes a lot longer to put VR into it. But I'm not a game developer, so what the fuck am I saying? But June 2016, it's interesting. Hopefully they actually hit that date. That's cool. And And then Dreams. I don't know what the fuck Dreams is.
Game's fucking weird.
It's weird. It has a cool art style. It's a pretty looking game, but it's like, I just feel they're going to have a hard time getting people to get super excited and want to buy this game just because it's so different. And it's cool that, here's a fresh, original idea for a game. After seeing sequels after sequels for franchises, here's something that's a completely original, very original new IP. That's cool. It's just kind of weird. And, I'm sure we'll see a lot more of it, though. And I'm interested in it, maybe. But I just want to see more of it. But the demo, it was probably smart to do a lengthy demo of it. But, yeah, those are things that stood out to me. Balls?
Yeah, it's kind of
how do you feel about PlayStation moving into 2016? With what they have announced and on the horizon, no pun intended.
I think 2016 is going to be a big year for PlayStation. I mean, it seems like they're kind of trying to monopolize a lot of different things, with both, because they announced Tekken today, right? We haven't heard anything about a Tekken 7 before now, right?
Tekken 7 was announced like last year at EVO or something like that. It was announced a while ago, but for arcades.
Okay, well, so right now, like, it seems like there's, even though Tekken 7 probably will come, actually no, Tekken's usually been a PlayStation franchise, so boom, Sony might have 2 fighting game franchises locked in. So boom, they got that, with the, I know they're still trying to push Drive Club, and with Gran Truismo Sport coming out, boom, they got that coming in, like Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted.
Covering that a lot.
Like, they've got a lot of stuff coming out next year, and a lot of niche stuff to kind of wrap certain kinds of video game players in, which I think is smart, instead of fighting for what everybody else is doing, which is the first-person shooter style. They're kind of, going for the more hardcore subsets of gaming, which I think is a smart move. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And a lot of PlayStation's exclusive games are always kind of weird. And Sony always takes a chance on a lot of, different and cool things, and, that's exciting because, I love, Xbox exclusives and stuff, and they're doing some new stuff, but, you get your Fable, you get your Halo, your Gears, your Forza, you know those experiences where I feel Microsoft's starting to branch out a little bit with, like, Quantum Break, and that's cool. But you always get different stuff with the PlayStation exclusives, and that's cool. But I agree with Keith. They really have everything covered, almost every fucking thing in the world. And I just feel, it's been a slow start in terms of first-party games, in terms of exclusive games and stuff for the PlayStation 4, but it's going to hit like a truck, I think, next year. I mean, there's a lot of fucking shit that's supposed to be coming out next year. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool games in 2016. We'll probably do a list of our top 5 most anticipated games in 2016. Sometime soon. Yeah. Because there's a lot of cool stuff. And hopefully we'll hear about some new stuff at PSX, too. I believe that's where we'll probably hear about Destiny. They'll probably announce the next Destiny DLC or something for free. For free if you buy Michael Jackson's Thriller dance.
$10.
Yeah. Hey, I'd buy that dance if they give me a big, nice thing of DLC for free.
But again, remember what I pointed out earlier. $10. Half the Dark Below.
Yeah.
for a fucking emote. I'll still probably buy it, but
yeah.
Where does that match up?
Yeah.
Whatever.
So yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff to look forward to on the PlayStation platform. Also, one last thing. They did not mention Vita at all. Like, not even one game is remotely coming to Vita. Well, let me back up. That came out wrong. Not one game that they talked about is coming to Vita. I know they said that there's no first-party games in development anymore for Vita, which isn't surprising, but I don't know. Have a little sizzle reel of a bunch of cool games coming to Vita. Show a little bit of love.
Yeah.
It's not dead. It has a hardcore fan base.
It's a cool system.
Very much. Very much so. Yeah! PlayStation, let us know what you think of everything that was announced at Paris Games Week for PlayStation. We'll see you next time.